Twitter.
Goodbye,
You
Twitter.
Goodbye,
All right,
Twitter.
we
We'll
have.
cut Barry, edit this out.
It's also funny to have this be the
Okay.
start. It's an iconic new start.
Yeah, no, this is the concert of our bold podcasting career. Career.
I'd say
Pod
hobby. Didn't I?
podcasting
Pogchamp.
hobby. Pogcasting. Oh! I'm smart.
Podcasting. Oh,
I think I got it. That was we can end it now. I think that was the peak. I think we're getting better than
guess
that.
what, folks? It ain't getting any better than this.
We podcast people in the last 30 seconds. I have a tea with me, because
Sure.
gotta keep hydrated.
Yeah, I
You
have a
travel.
lemonade can with me. Like,
All right, cool. At least we both got drinks.
yeah.
Quite epic.
How do I sound? Because I can't
You
use
sound
my normal
perfect.
recording. Wow.
No, yeah, you sound crisp as a fiddle. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
It's because I'm just using my phone's like earbuds because I can't use my microphone anymore. It doesn't work with my laptop. It just doesn't like it at all.
For earbuds, you sound really good. So yeah, I have my microphone hooked up.
Yeah,
So
you sound
I,
pretty clean. So,
I yeah, it's the
however, I
same
can
phone
tell
I
your connections.
use to record videos on my channel. I made a video on the Bob's Burgers movie, so you can go watch that. I'm
No,
plugging. Is that
I've already
okay?
seen it. I've already seen it. You can't force me.
Fine. Watch the Over the Garden Wall one then,
I still need to watch that one.
or the Grunkle Stan one, or
The Gunkrostad,
the
America's Idol.
Pikmin one.
You're getting more views than me.
Oh, boo hoo! Also, of course, my epic April Fool's video. Why Snagrid is a hero. I was very tempted to call it Snagrid is legal, but I decided against it.
Yeah, that's not good, I'd say.
Anyway, we're calling it the fish tank, right? We settled on that.
Yeah, it's the fish tank.
Welcome to the fish
How
tank. Whoa!
were fishes and tanks going to a fish tank?
Yeah,
Yeah.
full of nonsensical topics that we will talk
Um,
about.
I do want to ask, how are we gonna? Now that I'm thinking about, how are we gonna like? Because if you saw the Discovery Park podcast, how we did those, but I don't know if I want to really record tons and tons of gameplay footage for the background when it doesn't even make sense. Are we just gonna do a still
Nah,
image background?
we can just do a still image. I'll
I
get
feel
like
that's better.
I'll ask Mia to draw like a picture or something, and we can just put that on of like us surrounded by MCU characters, because that's the topic today. We're gonna talk about post Phase 3, everything
They need to be.
from
They need
Black
to be in a fish
Widow.
tank, though.
Yeah, for sure, obviously. Yeah, we're talking everything from Black Widow to Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and we're not talking about the TV shows because I'm not watching them.
Well, it's because two are awful, and then Moon Knight, you just are ignoring that because you don't want to offend me with not liking it.
I'll watch Moon Knight. It's on my watch list on Disney Plus. Okay, I'll watch it. I'm not
I ha-
watching. I have no interest in Falcon or Loki or Hawkeye or whatever else there is. I know there's one I'm missing. What is it?
What if?
There's Miss Marvel. I did watch. I did watch What If. I thought it was
Oh.
pretty good.
Oh yeah, you liked What If?
I
She-Hulk
like
exists.
She-Hulk. I watched the first episode of She-Hulk out of morbid curiosity. It is one of the least entertaining things I've ever watched.
My little
It was
sister
just
turned it on once, and she even
bad.
turned it off. Like she's like 11. She's like, "This is not funny."
Not funny, didn't laugh. To quote Seth Rogen. All right. So speaking of the MCU, should we just get into it? We're gonna go movie by movie. I have the list here. We got 8 movies to talk about, so
Yeah, we should do that
we should just
because
start.
you have the list up. Me, I'm just sitting in the background updating my Xbox and then updating Avengers because I gotta, say goodbye because it had its final update. I think it was like today. So like
Oh no. Rest in peace your hyperfixation
my
for a while.
it's so funny how like I was so addicted to the game, but then like a new school year started, then I
Then
stopped
suddenly it's like,
caring.
oh, never mind.
I think I played
uh
it one like after like the War for Wakanda thing. I legit just
I
didn't
remember
touch
you
it.
talking about the War of Wakanda, and then you just like, and then you just stopped. I was like, dang, was the War of Wakanda that bad?
It was great. The expansion was great, but after that, like 2 weeks after, they made the horrible mistake of putting pay to win aspects in the game. So then,
Oh no.
yeah, and then literally everyone stopped playing that. So they flat out had no money, and they've released I think like 2 heroes in the span of like a year and a half, and they both were incredibly cheap.
Oof. I want like a Star Wars game. But I'm gonna talk about Star Wars for a minute because that's like, spoiler alert. I like Star Wars a little more than Marvel. But I would love a Star Wars game where it's like you can just like play whatever character you want and you can just go. Like just explore. I know that's basically the Skywalker saga, the Lego Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I need to
Um
finish that too.
I need to play it. Like I'm like really excited about it. I just haven't gotten to it. Also, I'm saving my
Oh
money for
man,
Pikmin. That takes priority.
I wish, goodness, I wish Avengers managed to. What the
Stay
heck?
good
Marvel's
till the end.
Avengers. Oh, I hope it actually managed to add characters because they had so many cool ideas. I mean, like, this last week, like they've been posting like a bunch of. They were announcing that all the skins are going free in the game, and they're adding a bunch of skins for stuff. And one of them is like, so War Machine was meant to be. Oh my goodness, War Machine was meant to be a. I'm updating the game right now. 48 gigabytes. Oh great, Scott. It'll be done in
Oh,
6
good lord.
hours.
Oh no!
um,
I think Breath of the Wild is like 20.
yeah.
That's a yowza.
Supposed to
Don't
be
quote me on that. I actually have no idea.
Machine was supposed to be a character, but because they just flat out stopped having things, they fully modeled him. And years ago, we
Oh
had
no.
concept art leak of it. It's like they actually released it as a skin for Iron Man, and like as usual,
Right.
as I used to be like an Avengers White Knight or whatever, the Avengers Moon Knight. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was funny. Like those people who still like they who would I'd fight with those years ago. I still
You
fight
know,
with like they're
oh
still
my god.
being jerks about it when I just flat
They're
out
still
stop
going
talking about
on.
the game.
Good god. They should release a sequel called The Marvel Cinematic Avengers, and it's just the same game but the MCU version. And it includes Moon Knight, so you'd actually like it.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I remember having a debate a few months ago. Like randomly, I made another Avengers Twitter post. I'm like, "Hey, what would Moon Knight be like in this game?" Everyone's like, "Shut up, we don't care about this game anymore."
Okay, well, should we begin the
Probably get
discussion?
started.
All right. So, yeah, I got the list. 8 movies released since Spider-Man: Far From Home, which I feel so like I count Far From Home. This is a brief Far From Home tangent. I count as like kind of like the in between. It's not part of Phase 3 and it's not part of Phase 4. It's the bridge. Because I feel like Endgame's the obvious finale for Phase 3. And I feel like Black Widow's a pretty good start to Phase 4. So I just count Far From Home as like it's the
Phase three and a
bridge.
half.
It's the transition movie, you know?
Yeah, phase three and a half. Well, I'm waiting for
I'm
that to
gonna
update.
use
I'm
another
like
Star Wars example. It's like how Book of Boba Fett isn't really Mando season 3. It's just the
two and a
transition.
half.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
That still bothers
Anyway,
me so gosh darn much.
it bothers me too. But we'll talk Star Wars another day probably.
Yeah,
So
that'll be
we'll
its
save
own
that.
discussion.
Yeah, because I have seen all the Star Wars TV shows, so we could actually talk about those. Anyway, so movie number 1, Black Widow, which is the movie about Black Widow
After she's dead.
after she's dead. They took their time with it. So this is gonna be like, I feel like I'm gonna be kind of negative on a lot of these, but Black Widow. So I had some like good faith for it the first time I saw it. It's like that was pretty cool. That was fun. I like that. It
It
did
was
not get better
alright.
on. Yeah, it all right.
It was alright.
It did not get better on rewatch. I think that this is a pattern with this phase, by the way. I think the first 2 acts are pretty solid. It falls off a bit in the climax for me. Because
I'd
like
say
what
yeah,
I think my favorite part about the movie is like the kind of family bond between Natasha, Yolanda, the funny guy, and their mom in quotation marks. I like that dynamic, and that
okay,
dynamic is not a big focus of the climax. And the villain, and like, okay, the villain. This is, I think, and I'm really I think it might be the worst Phase 4 villain is Dreykov.
yeah. Well, I would
Yeah,
say Taskmaster. Seriously, that makes me so mad how, like, okay, it's kind of obvious Taskmaster who she ended
I
up
knew
being.
exactly what what Taskmaster was gonna be from the trailer.
I have a strong feeling they changed it
Knew
halfway through
exactly what they were
production.
doing.
Because you notice all the female character designs were typical female designs. The Taskmaster's big and buff, like, and I sincerely doubt
I
they
mean,
were
maybe it was
being
just to make
smart
it
with
a
that.
maybe that was just to make it more unexpected, even though it was completely expected. That was a bad Doofenshmirtz impression. I'm sorry.
I can't do that. I'm drinking lemonade, so like I can't.
Completely expected.
Ah, be the platypus.
Perry Platypus, I see you brought a DVD of Black Widow. Um, it's movie night, Vanessa. Get in here.
It's movie night. Get the pop. I can do maybe Norm. How
Did
can I do a
someone
Norm?
say movie night?
Did someone say movie night?
No, we did not
Doofenshmirtz is
invite you to
having a
movie
movie
night.
night. You must stop him.
The evil Dr. Doofenshmirtz is having a movie night, and we need to put a stop to it. We're like, just go. Have fun. Take a day off. For once in your life, Perry. I know the alcohol addiction's getting to you. You need to take a break. Anyway, okay. I do have a lot of positives about Black Widow, too. So, just real quick, the climax. Dreykov is, like, such a nothing villain. Like, it's a good idea, but he's not in it enough. Like, at all. And then when he is, he has, like, some of the worst writing of any, MCU villain.
There's literally no like to him. He's
There's no
just bad
personality.
guy.
Yeah,
He's
and, like,
bad
he
guy.
has that one line that's, like, so on the nose it makes me groan, where he says something, like, in the vein of, like, I took the one resource the world had too much of. Girls. And it's like,
Girls.
okay, I get it. I get it.
I got that
Not
line
subtle.
immediately.
Like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I don't mind the villain of Black Widow being sexist. It makes sense, but, like, could have written it better, you know? And then, like, he does. I like the way they stop him, though. I like I like that she outsmarts him. It's cool.
Breaking the
But
nose
yeah, I
to
don't
like,
know.
yeah, I like that. I
Yeah,
like that. I thought that was
that's a good
cute.
like that was like a oh hey moment, you know, like oh that's cool. But like that's
It's
what
always
I
cool to see
described the
the
climax
hero.
as.
Like,
It's like oh yeah, that was okay. That was pretty cool.
it would have
Um
been cooler if this was a spy thriller instead of a generic action movie, though.
oh god, I agree. I really agree. Like a Mission Impossible type thing would have been a lot
Ooh,
cooler. Or like a
cool
heist
stunts too.
movie.
Oh, well, that's
Like what if like
Heist in my
what
Heist is
what if
Ant Man
Drake
in my opinion.
that's true.
Heist is
But like
what
what if
Ant Man should be.
Well, yeah, but like, what if we had like a brutal heist movie where they have to break into this elite military facility to get something from Dreykov? It could be really cool.
Well, yeah, it could be very Mission
Where
Impossible.
and
Now,
like, you know, and like it's serious. Where Ant-Man's more comedic.
can we talk about how like how good the first Mission Impossible is? Like, holy cow, that like
I haven't. I'm gonna be real. I haven't seen it.
it's
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 it's on
honestly.
my list. It's on my list. I'll watch it eventually. I have seen one of them. It's like one of the newer ones. I don't remember what it was called though. I think it was like Rogue Nation or something.
I've only seen
And
the
it was
first
pretty good.
one, then Fallout, and I think the end of Rogue Nation because that was on live TV, and my dad's like, "Oh, sorry, I said my name."
I remember I walked in during like the beginning of it, and I was like, "Oh, it's the end of a movie." And then like
Which
it kept going, and it was like it seemed like this big climax, and then the logo comes. I'm like, "Oh, it was the beginning." Okay.
I'm gonna have to
Anyway,
take a note to edit out the part where I said my name. Rookie
yeah. Why
mistake,
would you
Kevin.
say your name, Terry?
Sorry.
Anyway, what's the next one? The oh yeah, next point. Okay, the best part of this movie, and I feel like everyone I talk to agrees with me.
Red Guardian.
Yolanda. Okay, Red Guardian's a close second though.
Yelena was cool and all, but really, when I saw her in Hawkeye, I'm gonna be completely honest. I hated her with like a burning passion. She
I
was
haven't seen
so
Hawkeye, so
annoying.
I am not going to let that cloud my judgment because in this movie I really liked her. I think she was just Natasha with more personality. I don't know. She like I immediately was like, oh yeah, she's fun, you know.
So I'm
But
playing Lego Star Wars right now as we're talking, and I'm like, dang, I forgot. Like this game has a better combat system than Marvel's Avengers. I need to do a video on Lego Star Wars.
take
Like I legit,
take a
I
shot
played it.
every time Tank says Marvel's Avengers in this video.
I think we're on at number 4.
I think we're already at like number 5.
I haven't played this game in like a year. I bought it and was playing it over spring break last year. Then just I
Hmm.
got busy, and over the summer I was
You got
busy,
busy.
except for the part where I played Fall Guys and won all the Godzilla skins by just playing the game. Like I wasn't busy. I just claimed I was, and I should probably finish Lego Star Wars. Like I remember, I unlocked General Grievous like almost immediately. Like I tried to unlock him as fast as I could.
I have no trouble believing that.
Right now I'm gonna run around Kashyyyk shooting all the Wookiees.
Okay, I think Red Guardian. Thank you for reminding me of his name. Is like I don't know. I need to look at the probably the best comic relief of Phase 4.
They kicked me out because I said I wanted the party to be more like an actual party.
Yeah, yeah, like he's actually funny, which I can't say for a lot of the. Okay, Spider-Man might be the exception, but we'll get there. Yeah, I really like Red Guardian. He's a very funny character. I don't know. He's a very good
Yeah.
man. I like him. Um, I honestly don't remember a single thing their mom did.
It's something like legit. She's like, "Oh, help us and be good," and she's like,
Wait,
"Oh,
didn't she like leave the like didn't she lead them into a trap?
like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll be good now."
But then she wasn't.
Yeah,
No, she was. No, they she called the bad guys, and then during the time the bad guys were coming, she redeemed herself. Right?
yeah,
Am I remembering
yeah,
that
pretty
wrong?
much. But there was no
Okay.
real reason for why she was like, you know,
I remember like thinking like, oh, she's a bad guy, but then she wasn't, so I was like, oh, that seemed a little odd. I guess they just needed to get to the third act somehow. So sure, but
yeah.
it was a little odd.
I'm gonna when
Um,
we get farther in because I want to talk about some ways Marvel's actually trying to improve now with Bob Iger back. Like some things
yeah,
Marvel's trying
yeah,
to
no,
do
I'm
now,
really happy about like all the news I'm hearing. Like it gives me hope, and I think this
specifically with
movie's
writing.
yeah. I want to
They
say
rush writing.
like I want to just like clarify. I think Black Widow. I don't hate it. I have my ranking here as well. And like I like it. I like this movie. I do. I just think it does have a few like it has some problems that were a little bit of like foreshadowing to what we're gonna see a lot more of coming up.
Oh yeah.
Um, the first hour of like the first 30 minutes of this movie are a freaking like editing nightmare.
Here's the thing, I've never really had much of a problem with people's like editing in films until like just recently.
I love editing, so I always notice things, but like, oh god, the first like the bit where like the whole opening like chase and then like the montage is like it's rough. It is rough.
Yeah.
It is
I mean, like
very
as a
disorienting, and I don't think it was supposed to be. It's like disorienting in the wrong way. It's like watching a movie in the front row seat. That's how it feels. Which I have
honestly
experience
now
with.
that
I actually watched Thor Ragnarok in the front row seat when I first saw it. I could not tell what was happening. It was pretty funny.
as I'm thinking of it, really, um,
Yeah.
as I'm thinking of it now, what was I about to say? Holy cow, I'm not thinking. Now that I'm thinking of it,
Yeah.
holy cow, I legit cannot think.
Just like
Ever since
brain
I've
fart.
started editing, holy cow, I've begun to notice a lot of editing things. But worst of all, with
Mhm.
with my like joining like the news club at my school, I am the only guy who actually really knows how to edit. It's so funny.
That's how I feel whenever I'm talking with anyone. Besides my brother, he can edit pretty well. But like all my friends are like, "Can you edit this?" I'm like, "Sure, I can. I'll do my best." Um, I guess we'll talk about Taskmaster a little more because that's the
He
only other
sucks.
thing I can. She does suck,
She
indeed.
does suck.
I
You want a
so
taskmaster who
I'm
like
less of like a comic book guy, so like I don't mind when like whenever there's a change, usually it doesn't affect me. I just want the movie to be good. We'll talk about that more with Ant-Man. But um yeah, I tend to not care when comics are changed as long as it's good in the movie. But Taskmaster is a character I know, and I know how cool he is in the comics. So why couldn't we just have Taskmaster working for Dreykov?
the funny thing is like he's a mercenary and he'll just randomly come into existence. Like he just appears and it just
Yeah, and Dreykov's a
has an
super
attitude.
powerful dude. Why couldn't he just be like, we need to kill the spy, so I'm going to hire this mercenary to go kill her, and then his minion will be like, who is he? He's like, he's a taskmaster. I
Master.
don't know.
Just like how they
And then
introduced Modok and
no, it'd be exactly how
Mania.
they introduced Dennis in the SpongeBob movie.
I'm gonna be honest, I loved how they introduced Modok. Like, oh, the mechanized organism designed only for
I
killing.
caught it. I caught it, and I got really excited when I watched. I was like, "Oh, oh, Bill Murray is referencing the guy."
The big head!
Yeah. Okay. So Black Widow. Yeah, that's a decent movie. I definitely like it less than when I first watched it, but pretty good. It all right.
I saw that at the drive-in, and that was funny because, like, I love the
Never been to
drive-in.
a drive-in. I need to watch something at a drive-in at some point.
The sad thing is, though, that like the
They're
drive-in like
very
near my
hard to
house
find.
has now closed. Yeah, it was taken away because they're like, we need more neighborhoods.
Yay. Okay. So, that's Black Widow. We're moving on now to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
I
This one
still
I
say
actually do
Shang-Chi,
like.
even though I learned Chinese for like
You're
years. I
pronouncing
still
it
say
wrong.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, Shang-Chi. So, this movie is this one has a similar problem to Black Widow for me. Where I think but like it hurts more here because
There's more to it
the first hour and a half
than just the bad
is
writing. So
great. Okay? Like the first two acts are really really good. I completely lose interest when they go in like the magical dragon world.
Here's the thing,
Like,
as a
I
person
just
who, like,
don't care
learned
after that.
Chinese, I think it's cool they did that, but that was entirely just so they could try and get, Chinese audiences interested in the movie, which, by the way, it didn't work.
I think what they should have done, because they've already announced Shang-Chi too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what they should have done was have this movie build up to that, and then the very end they revealed it. And then the second movie could be about like the Dweller in Darkness and all that. Because it just does not mesh
Give
at
me Bing
all.
Bang Boom!
Yeah! Where the heck's Bing Bang Boom?
Very good.
I thought that was gonna be the big final boss. When I heard about like I don't know, but yeah, it's fine. What this movie does have
Technology
though is a really good everything else. Like, I think this is this is
Jin,
definitely one of the
oh,
better of the phase. Um, Wenwu is a great villain as well, which is the first harsh contrary to
MC
Dreykov.
normal.
Wenwu is fantastic. He's really good.
I feel that, like, its writing was definitely lackluster, but I feel the entire reason that they, um, that's when I think there was sorry, I just keep spacing out.
Oh, you're
Um,
good. Yeah.
because they apparently the writer for the next Avengers movie kind of confirmed that, like, there were theories that Shang-Chi's, like, whole 10 rings thing in the mythology is tying to Kang the Conqueror.
What? Wait, how?
I don't know how, but apparently it's supposed to, because, like, the rings thing, and he kind of, like, acknowledged that that existence is an actual thing.
Okay. That's weird. I don't. That feels very like disconnected.
Yeah, they're trying to. I think they're trying to connect the mythologies to make it work. I mean, I'll mention this when we get to Moon Knight, because it sounds like Marvel is really trying to get Moon Knight to tie into Kang. Like, they're desperate.
We gotta make this work with something.
They don't know how to tie
Yeah,
everything together.
they do not. Um. So I like the characters in this one mostly. I like. Okay, Aquafina is a celebrity I cannot stand in anything she's in, but I kind of like her in this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it, but it's not Aquafina that I like. It's the writing of her character. I I don't like Aquafina, but I like her character in this because she's written pretty well.
I found
Um,
her to be very annoying. Seriously, I hate those types of just generic annoying woman.
I don't, I can't quite tell what they were going for with her. Like, they like make a point to say like her and Shang-Chi aren't a thing, but
When they
like
become a thing,
at the same time, it like kind of seems like they're becoming a thing.
it's so corny. Like, in the end, they're like, "Oh, a lot of people died, but at least we have each other," and they held hands. Like, I'm like, I think they purposely tried to make that as
Forgot
corny as
about
could
that.
be.
I
Because, like,
forgot.
that is not how relationships work. From my knowledge of no relationship experience, I feel that's how relationships work.
I'm gonna be real. I thought they were building up to Aquafina and Shang-Chi's sister. Like that. I thought they had more chemistry, to be honest. Like, I thought that's what we were going with, but apparently not. And I was like, okay, that doesn't feel earned.
Yeah, and it'll be funny to see what happens with that.
Um,
I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to really say about Shang-Chi, other than the fact that it almost won an award for best VFX, and I'm like, what?
what?
It, like, I get the
No.
dragons looked great, but, like, the
Like
only good
over
looking
Avatar?
CGI. Well, this is for Avatar release, dude.
Okay, okay,
I got to
sure.
Avatar was last year. Shang-Chi was 2021. They weren't in the
Oh,
same
okay, right.
competition.
Sorry, I just they all blend together now.
Well, no, Shang-Chi got the nomination over Godzilla versus Kong. That's what makes me mad. You
What?
don't take my God. So,
Yeah, I know
that
you love
movie was
Godzilla
like
versus Kong,
half.
but like I've seen parts of it. It looks really cool. Like the effects are great. What? That's crazy. That is really crazy. Okay. I do have one more note about Shang-Chi though. It probably has the best action of
Oh,
any
definitely.
of Phase 4.
I'm
Like honestly, it
happy
like
that
all the
the next Avengers movie, so then we'll have good
yeah,
action.
that's a good sign. That's a good sign. The bus scene is one of the coolest set pieces in like
Ooh,
modern Marvel. With like the
I
guy with
love
the
kung
hand.
fu.
That's so good.
Yeah,
That's a really good action scene. And like the ending battle against the evil dragon is like, okay, whatever. The dragon fight's cool, but like the war part is whatever. But like
the
before that,
dragons.
it's all really good. It's all really good stuff. I like the cage fight. I like Wong. Wong's cameo is cute, and I like that it foreshadows the post credit scene. This is a solid one. I kind of like convinced myself I like it more now. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that was a good one.
Sad that the whole thing with the bomb and
Yeah.
so
Okay, we
makes
don't
me
talk
want to
about
cry.
that.
Don't talk about She-Hulk. Really,
We
if we
don't
do
talk
mention that,
about
I have.
She-Hulk.
Oh, but are we gonna
I
mention Werewolf by Night?
I haven't seen it. Oh, we could talk about the Guardians holiday special. Forgot about that.
That one was
I
fun.
haven't seen Werewolf by Night though. I've heard it's good though.
It's another
My
example with like Marvel trying to go with cheap writing, but the thing that saves it most is really good directing.
yeah, isn't it? It's the composer,
Yeah, it's
right?
Michael
The guy.
Giacchino.
Yeah, he did a lot of soundtracks I really love,
The
including
goat.
my favorite movie soundtrack of all time, The Incredibles. Woo!
Du-du-du.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a good movie right there. We should talk about Pixar sometime. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
Shang-Chi.
next is
Next up
it was
is
good. Eternals.
Eternals.
I
Yay.
I hate film Twitter. That film Twitter makes me hate that show, like that movie, even more because they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you don't." Oh, they're like, "Oh, you." It's a masterpiece of film. It tells a glorious story. It's so good. Like, it's a different type of story. That's why you didn't like it. And then I'm like, "Well, what makes it different?" No
yeah,
response.
honestly. I kind of like okay, so I'm gonna try to be as nice as possible. I like the premise. It is a different sort of like it's a different threat. Like it's not a villain we're fighting. It is like I mean it is, but it's like we got to stop the celestial from being born in the earth. That's a good idea. That's an interesting idea.
Well,
And
legit people started going like, people going like, "Oh, the movie's about that. There's no such thing as a good person. It's like they're like gods and monsters. It's all we're just people." And I'm like, "Where'd you pull that from?"
where'd you get that? Isn't the main conflict about the Eternals actually being good people and not wanting to follow the Celestials? Whatever. Um, and I like Sprite. I like Sprite, and I like
Wait, you like
the
Sprite?
guy.
I
I
prefer
do
Dr
like
Pepper.
Sprite. I also prefer Dr. Pepper, but Sprite's pretty good. The character Sprite. I like Sprite. I like
Oh yeah,
the guy. I can never remember his name. The one who kind of has like a friendship with Sprite. I like him. He was fun. Django, right? It was Django, right? Am I pulling
well,
that out of
the
my
names. What was it like
like the
the tall
Bollywood
guy or?
star?
Oh yeah, he's fun.
I
I
liked
like him.
him. Um, I do think they chose the two least interesting characters to make the protagonists.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, like just the Jenga guy. Yeah, whatever the heck his name was. I would have gladly have like had him
It
be the
should have been about
protagonist
Django and
because
Sprite.
he's so
They were the most interesting
interesting.
ones.
I mean, the realistic like approach of like the whole movie industry thing. He just sells it as like a family lineage thing. I love
Yeah,
that,
that's great. That's really good.
showing what they actually did with their lives. Like the weird person who can turn things into other things. You're like, I'm a history teacher and I flirt with just some this random human dude who's supposed to be in the Blade movie or something.
Oh yeah. Wait, why was their first tease to the Blade movie a white guy?
Oh, whatever. That movie's gonna be delayed for like another 2 years now.
Yeah, probably. Um. Uh. There's so many characters in this one. Like, it's hard to even keep track. Okay, I
The
hate
punch
the
guy,
one lady who, like, is half evil.
Cena, right?
Something like that. What was that? What was that subplot? I think this movie actually could have worked as a TV show,
Yeah,
where each episode is a different era, and we see, like, the slow burn of them realizing the Celestials are evil, and then the finale's in the modern day, and they have to stop the one from getting born. I think it could have worked. It doesn't work told through flashbacks. It's a
and oh my goodness,
mess.
I
It's
don't like
so
the whole
unfocused.
the
The what?
Celestials thing. Like they're trying to like bring in too many massive things. I mean, Celestials, like
Yeah,
eternity, the multiverse, all this stuff, like with massive, powerful beings, and you don't know where they actually belong with each other. Like, what is the
yeah,
power
I
ranking?
know.
It's going too far. Because then when
Yeah,
Galactus shows up,
if it
what
was
the
going
heck?
too far in, like, in phase 3 with, like, characters like Ego, it's definitely going too far now. And, like, I think
Okay,
the
I wouldn't
Celestials
say
are
that was a
cool.
problem.
The main villain of this movie, like the big Celestial, is, like, he's very scary. It's cool. um,
The way, once again, directing was top tier. I was terrified of that guy. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I like that. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna be real. The cinematography, like, the look of this movie is kind of whatever. I
Yeah,
don't.
I wouldn't say the
It's not
cinematography was
as
good.
cool as it thinks it is.
Yeah, it's not best
I like the
cinematography, no.
I like, but yeah, I like certain, like, I think the scene where Erisham or whatever is, like, giving his evil spiel is really good. That's a really good scene where he's, like, talking about how Celestials are born and, like, the true purpose of the Eternals. That's a great scene. Um,
Oh, he's so
but
cool.
yeah, there's just nothing else about this movie, though. It's like, it is the most nothing movie of this phase. Where it's just like, it is completely kind of forgettable. Like, I almost forgot to put it on the list. That's how forgettable it is.
It's funny. My dad was like, "We need to go see Eternals. We need to go see Eternals." And like, I'm like, "It doesn't look good." And we go see it, and he falls asleep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I forgot Icarus was a twist villain.
I personally
That's,
felt that whole thing was boring. Like they tried to tie it in poetically of, "Oh, he flies into the sun."
whoa,
What?
that's so
Whoa,
deep.
deep.
Baby's first deep movie moment.
I, I he just like,
Uh,
he was like, "Oh, I just love it." It was like he lost, and he just shows no emotion. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna fly away."
well, bye. And then he's gone. Cool. And what was the ending? What the heck was the ending? Where Erisham just shows up and he's like, nope, y'all are gone. Zoop. What the what?
Eternals 2.
Eternals 2,
Styles,
Eternaler.
Harry Styles is in the MCU.
Oh my god! And the worst CGI character in the entire MCU. Bar none, the little elf guy.
The elf guy.
Oy
The
vey.
speedster person was cool though. Holy cow.
The who?
The speedster, like the person who's like really fast, like the girl who liked sign language.
Oh yeah, yeah, I liked her.
Oh my gosh. However, she makes me mad. No, not her as a person. No, I felt she was a very sweet character.
Why'd they
It's just
save
the
her for
fact.
the end?
It's
Have you
because
noticed that, by the way? They saved their minority characters for the last two. The sign language girl and the gay guy, they saved for the last ones they recruit. They have the
the
least
thing
amount of screen time. Wonder why.
the thing with her that like bothers me is that like because some people tried to credit like Eternals for pop culture as in, oh, people are now exposed to doing sign language because like you can communicate in another
Do
way,
people not
and the
know what sign language is?
and people are like,
Like,
oh, it's the first pop culture like expose to sign language. No, it
no, it
wasn't.
is not.
I'd say Godzilla versus Kong had cooler like sign language reference
Yeah,
because it actually was
you've
important.
sent me the clip. You've sent me the clip.
Oh, like that. That's
It's like how
important.
every time there's a gay character, they're like, "This is revolutionary. I'm like, is it? It's not revolutionary anymore. This is how it is now. I thought that's what you
Happy
wanted.
Feet 2.
Happy Feet too. I'm one in a trillion. Anyway, yeah, Eternals. I don't like it. And I
Yeah,
tried. I tried so hard. I don't like it. I just
we
don't.
do not need another. I don't care for any of those characters because all the ones I liked are dead or just
If it comes
don't.
out, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, honestly. I
First
don't
movie to make
care.
$0 at the box office.
Or it'll just become another Morbius and everyone's like, yo,
The Morbius.
Eternals 2, the most epic movie ever. Okay, this
Make
will be
more
happier.
$1
Guess
billion.
what's next? Tank, guess what's next? Spider-Man!
Holy cow.
Spider-Man!
We had 3 Marvel movies in less than 6 months. September was Shang-Chi, November was Eternals, December was No Way Home.
Holy crap. That's, okay.
Oh, that just
And
hit
the
me. I'm
TV
like,
shows in
oh,
between.
oh. Well, actually, in fact, we had What
Lord.
If? Oh, then Hawkeye. We didn't have
That was
an
a,
MCU
that was
show
a,
going on. Wait, no, we
that
did
was a,
because What If was like 12 episodes.
yeah. Okay. Well, Spider-Man No Way Home! Oh! I like this one! I really like this one! This
The
is
thing,
a good movie!
I loved that movie so much when I first saw it, but like I bought it and like I actually tried like I remember I bought it on like Prime Video when it first came out on like Prime. I'm like this is cool. Like I rewatched it, but then like I waited a year and in fact I was like sitting studying for a math test and like I'll put this on in the background. I'm gonna be completely honest. I could not watch that movie. I turned it off because I just stopped caring. But then again, it was a math test. I
Right.
took priority there.
I do really love this movie, though. Because, like, okay, full disclosure, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. And I really liked the MCU version of Spider-Man. Far From Home is, like, probably my third favorite Marvel movie under the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Like, I just really, I love Spider-Man, and I loved seeing the old Spider-Mans. And, like, look, you want to talk, like, Eternals gets the different story. This, look at this movie, okay? This
It's
movie's about
honestly
curing the villains.
it's probably one of the like really one of the best Marvel movies. It really is great. I just think that's a theater experience movie.
For sure. I did rewatch it and I still really liked it. But like nothing's gonna top it the
Because like
first time.
people, yeah, like I was in a theater, people were cheering and
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff, and I like it
It was
was
just
such a
exciting.
wow thing. But
We
it
had
just
a
kind of
great theater experience because I organized a whole thing for all my friends to go. So I watched it like full row, just people I know. It
me
was
with the
so
Mario
fun.
movie April 5th at 3 p.m.
Oh, that's gonna be fun too. I think I'm gonna go with my pal to that, probably.
I'm
Really
going with
excited. That-
the dude
You're
that
going
like
with
is my bromance.
you're going with your bromance. I am
The
too.
bromance.
Pretty much, yeah. Very exciting. But
Of course,
yeah,
we'll always have.
Spider-Man. It was such a special movie experience because I watched it with a bunch of friends. We all got to see Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland come in, Tobey Maguire come in. It was great. And like, okay, I don't like the Amazing Spider-Man movies very much, but like Tom
Yeah, they're not
Holland
good.
is the best. Andrew Garfield is the best character in No Way Home.
He really does
Drink
have
my
the
tea.
best. He really does have like the best mood, I'd say. But I will say this though: the months after No Way Home released, it was so annoying because Amazing Spider-Man fans like, we're gonna get an Amazing Spider-Man 3 now. No,
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 you're not.
no, you're
It'd
not.
be nice, but I don't think so. I would like to
Really,
see more Andrew Garfield Spider-Man though. Like this convinced because like Andrew Garfield's a great actor, so like this proved
no
with a
way
good
he's not
script,
gonna be in
he's
Secret
good.
Wars. Really,
Oh, he's gotta be. I want him to be, honestly. I want to
when we
see
talk
more of him.
about future, when you talk about the future MCU movies, I do want to mention what I hear the next Avengers movies are gonna be about because I'm in sync with just way too many film journalists just for funsies.
Right.
Mainly like the
We'll,
dude who
we'll
talks
we'll
about
get
Godzilla
there.
all the time.
Okay. Let's talk about the villains
Goblin,
because
incredible.
oh
Doc
man,
Ock,
I
incredible.
I
Electro became
always
good.
I always feel bad when I say, like, Green Goblin was the best villain of Phase 4, because he is, but at the same time, it's not really Phase 4's creation, so does it really count? I don't know. But I do know
I
I
say it's a
really,
great
really love him.
continuation.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good
Willem
way to bring him
Dafoe,
back,
oh
and,
my
like,
gosh.
he stole the show.
I remember
What?
I wanted to dress up as, like, Green Goblin for Comic-Con before I went ahead and did Mr. Knight, and I'm starting to think I might do that this year.
Good idea.
Green Goblin, probably.
Yeah, that'd slap. Okay, and I know there's all the arguments about like fan service. What's too much fan service? But like, the
This
fan
was
service
good.
in this movie worked for me. Like down to the quotes, like him saying, I'm something of a scientist myself. I was
Scientist on
like, ha!
myself.
He said the thing. I know that. And like, it's like I know it's cheap, but it's fun, so I don't care. And it's cool that you can watch all the Spider-Man movies and it all comes together at the end. That's really cool.
It really
You
is
know?
such a cool thing, and I think it was a
They
great.
they
I think it's
bridged
great for like a
3
soft
different
reboot.
continuities in one big finale. It's like Spider-Man's own personal endgame. It's really, really cool.
Crazy thing is though, like
That's
I
never been
only
done
think
before.
it only works for Spider-Man. I don't think it would work for Batman, Superman, or Flash, or any other character. Only Spider-Man.
No, no way, no way, no way. No, it was such a specific set of circumstances that made it work so well. And I'm glad it did, because it is a really, really strong movie. Um, I love Ned as well.
Oh, Ned. Oh, I hope Ned and Zendaya are in the next one, like next
I
trilogy, kind
so
of. But
I'm
part of me
mixed.
also doesn't want them to.
I don't want them to undo the ending of this immediately.
Yeah,
Like it felt so final, but I like Ned and MJ, so at the same time I'm like, wait, I kind of want them to be in it.
it'll be
I was
interesting to
really
see where they
invested.
go.
Like I usually could care less about romances in the MCU. I love sappy romances, but these are all that most of them are just so generic. I was super invested in Peter and MJ though.
Really, I like that. It was
I
very
love their
wholesome.
dynamic. It's a very wholesome ship, and they're both actual characters, so it helps.
Makes me jealous too. Makes me.
Why can't
And
it
we'll
be
see.
me?
They start filming Spider-Man 4 in like December, I believe, and it'll be
Mm.
interesting to see what they do because it's this isn't it. This is the start of a new trilogy. How are they going to handle this? Is it going to be like a soft reboot or because they
I'm
technically
interested.
soft rebooted it?
Um, yeah, they did.
Are
They
they going
kind
to
of
tie it
separated him
into
from the rest of the MCU. What I want to see personally, I want to see characters we have not seen yet. I want to see Black Cat. I want to see Craven. I want to see
ooh,
characters we have not gotten in live action yet. That'd be cool.
Scorpion?
Scorpion.
Here's
Um,
the thing: it's sounding like we're probably because Marvel. Some of their changes is that they are trying to focus more on a lot more of the successful stuff, which included the street level stuff like in Hawkeye. And it sounds like Kingpin is going to be a massive thing for street level heroes, and it'll be
I'm
like the
okay with that.
Devil's Reign run. Thing is, it sounds like they want to adapt the Devil's Reign run in some certain way. But you want to know the annoying thing about doing that?
What?
Moon Knight is important to Devil's Reign, and Moon Knight in the MCU does not fit what Moon Knight in the comics would be to fit Devil's Reign.
We'll
if
see what they do.
Moon Knight could just summon a suit and break out just like
I
that, then it
do.
means nothing.
I do want to see Kingpin more. He's one of my favorite Marvel villains. I didn't watch Hawkeye, but
Echo,
Kingpin.
they're
I
filming
like
the
Kingpin.
Daredevil show. He's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, bring more Kingpin. I love Kingpin. He's one of the coolest Marvel villains.
That too,
Um.
please.
Oh, okay. This is a little thing. But I think it's cool that Spider-Man movies kind of are notorious for balancing too many villains. Like Spider-Man
Yeah,
3 has Harry Osborn, Sandman, and Venom. Amazing Spider-Man 2 had Green Goblin, Electro, and Rhino. This one balances 5 of them and does it really well.
It
Like,
all
it's
depends on
clear.
writing, to be honest.
It's clear that Green Goblin and Electro are the main villains. I think Sandman and Lizard get a little sidelined, and Sandman in general bothers me because, like, why is
He's
he
not
evil?
bad.
Yeah, he wasn't evil, and like he made amends with Peter, so why is he suddenly working with Electro? Like, why? It's a little weird. It was pretty wholesome to see him
I
redeemed
know there
though.
might have been a cut scene where where they probably talk, but I know they
Yeah,
were heavily limited by some stuff because the actual actor for Sandman could not get out there and film, and that's why we never physically got Sandman. It was
I
the
was wondering
CGI
about that.
sand model the
I
whole
know
time.
you see him like for a second at the very end, but
Yeah, and
yeah, yeah, I was
that
wondering
was
that.
reused footage actually with
Yeah,
CGI. It was reused footage, and they
I
edited it.
kind of thought it was. Like I looked at it, like I feel like I've seen that shot before.
I really don't know what happened to the actor, but I really hope he was like all right because that
Yeah, I
must
hope
have been
nothing
something
bad
bad.
happened.
Because like they got they only
I
could do
hope it was
voice
just like a
acting,
schedule. I hope it was just a schedule thing.
possibly, most likely.
I mean, that's why Bill Hader couldn't voice Mickey in the Bob's Burgers movie. So there you go.
Yeah, whoever that
That's
is.
that's my comparison. Yeah, I don't think we really need to talk about No Way Home. Everyone knows it's great. Like this is like the one everyone was like, yeah, that was great. That was good. Oh, 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 well, now I kind of want to continue talking about No Way Home because the next one is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of
Oh,
Madness.
okay. I have a hot take about this movie.
Yep.
It's hot garbage, but it'll be a cult classic.
I have a hot take about this movie. It freaking sucks. I don't. This was my biggest disappointment of the phase. I think I was really excited for it, and it
Yeah, me too.
was not good. Just wasn't good. And
I
like,
rewatched.
it's extra annoying because you can see a good movie. They just didn't get there. So like Eternals, it was bad the whole way through. There was no fixing that. There's so like it's so close. It's so
Sam
close.
Raimi tried. Poor dude.
He
Sam Raimi
tried.
tried.
And I think there are some really great ideas and great scenes, but it does not come together. And
I
I
will.
hate, and I know everyone likes it, but I cannot stand what they did to Wanda.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
really can't.
becoming like a
It was
gruesome villain when it undid her entire character arc from
they
WandaVision was
undid her
so
character arc
bad.
from WandaVision, and it made me really sad. Like, why did you do that?
I mean, just think, I heard for months that like Wanda would have been a side character, not in it at all. Like I heard it was going to be a completely different villain, and that villain would have been another big supernatural being like Dormammu. I forgot what his name is. He would have been so cool, but no.
I think what they should have done, personally, is that they should have ditched Wanda, had it just be about Doctor Strange and America Chavez, and the main hook is like the Illuminati talks about Doctor Strange as being the most deadly thing in the universe or whatever. That should have been the main focus, and the main villain should have been Sinister Strange, because that's the best in the movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah, their fight was so cool. Well, and also,
That
what
is
was
the
that
best
scene
part.
even meant to be? What was that scene even meant to be for Doctor Strange? What does it mean to further his arc? It means nothing.
It's
It's
so
just
good, and
cool.
it's so pointless, and it's annoying. If that was the main point of the story, so like, okay, here's what I think they should have done. Like, full story. At the beginning can remain the same, pretty much. We start with Christine's wedding. They get attacked by Shumagoroth, and they have to go find out who's sending monsters. And eventually that leads them into the Illuminati dimension where they learn about Sinister Strange. So Doctor Strange is like, hey, he's me. I can go reason with him. So he gets there, and then like halfway through the movie, we meet Sinister Strange, and the fight happens, and we see that he's irredeemable, and it's something to do with Christine that made him this way. So it ties in, and yeah, it's just like, it's a character thing. He's a reflection of what Doctor Strange could become because of Christine leaving him. I don't know. I don't know.
Here's also
So many things you could do.
here's another thing they could have done. They could have actually followed the title In the Multiverse of Madness and have this infinite possibility thing kind of drive Strange to a new low, because in every other universe he's happy except his.
Oh, that
Like,
would
have that
be
be his personal
amazing.
thing.
And he can relate to Sinister Strange because it's the only other one that he's like unhappy.
And really, like, the world building of the
So
multiverses,
good. Oh,
building, I felt was incredible, and I wish we got more of that.
That's such a
Like
good way to do it. Also, the Illuminati sucks.
oh my gosh, that was sucky fan service because they all died.
Hey. We got Professor X and Mr. Fantastic and Captain Marvel, but it's Captain Marvel's friend. And we got some guy from a TV show you've never heard of. And Captain
The
Britain.
villain from the weird dude from the first Doctor Strange, who was supposed to become a big villain for the second, which they scrapped and then said, let's just reuse him in a new context.
Okay, that might actually be my biggest annoyance with the movie. Is that he's like, oh no, Baron Mordo's the Sorcerer Supreme. Who's Mordo? He used to be my friend, but we're now nemesises. It's like, since when? When did you become nemesises?
Literally, they cut that entire thing out. And
When did that happen? I wanted it to happen. But like I thought that like maybe like the post-credit scene would be Mordo again, and they would be like Doctor Strange 3 would be the fight, but like nope. They already had their rematch apparently.
Here's the thing, actually, in fact, Mordo was actually dead. His universe 616's Mordo was dead.
What?
There's a deleted scene. The original opening scene of the movie was supposed to be this Mordo getting killed by Wanda in a gruesome way, and they cut it out because they're like, wait, that would spoil Wanda being a bad guy.
What?
And yeah, that's just another, like, Michael Waldron's writing is stupid. Stop hiring these adult cartoon writers who think they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Just because they made a funny comedy show with very basic sci-fi stuff doesn't mean that. I mean, that's entirely why the MCU is becoming like that now.
I think this movie is better than Eternals, but it annoys me a lot more.
Yeah, I think this will be a cult classic though, because it
Also,
has that Sam Raimi style.
It does, and I think like I could see why you'd like this movie more than something like Eternals, but God, it infuriates
Yeah, I don't
me
like
to
it
no
myself.
end.
I don't like it myself, but I see it. It's like Evil Dead.
So,
It's like,
I want to say I usually love the dynamic of like a grumpy old guy and a talkative younger one. Like I love Kenobi and Leia in the Kenobi show, for example. I could not get invested in Doctor Strange or America Chavez's dynamic though, which is weird. Like that's such an easy win for me. Huh?
She's such a sweet character, and it's kind of scary thinking about it that I am older than the actress for her by like 2 days.
Oh,
It's
God.
kind of weird, but
that is
like,
weird.
I
don't know.
Person.
I liked their I don't know, their dynamic didn't work for me. I don't know why. Like usually that's like such an easy way to get me into it. Like again, Kenobi and Leia I loved. So like
that was adorable.
What went wrong here? Why can't I feel things? I don't know. It's weird. Like I don't. It's weird.
Because they weren't meant to. I don't think it's because they were meant to have a dynamic.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's such a weird movie, and like not good weird, which is what I wanted.
I think it's because they focused a lot on how Chavez comes from lesbian universe.
Yeah.
They really, really.
I mean, that's a thing from the comics.
They love.
So
they prioritize that,
which is fine. I
have no problem with it. It's kind of funny to me that I feel like they worried a lot more about like little things about Chavez than making her an actually interesting character who people could Like, yeah, with that dynamic, like they
I
didn't care
didn't
about
dislike
that
her or
dynamic.
anything, but also Wong question mark like I what his role is
Side
so
character.
like okay, he gets captured by Wanda, great. Then like he dies, but no he didn't. What'd you accomplish? I don't know.
Drama.
Like if they
It's
killed
like
him off, if they killed him off, I would have been like, "Oh snap! They killed Wong," but they didn't kill him off. So it was like, no, I kind of wish they did kill him off. Okay, I think we're done with Doctor Strange.
oh my
Can
gosh,
we
that
can we
was
move
a
on?
heated debate. What's
Can we
oh
move
no,
on?
Thor 4.
Thor. Okay, Thor is an interesting one because like I can't bring
A
myself
love
to
triangle with
dislike.
hammers.
Okay, but like you gotta admit that's fun, right?
I found it strange. It's a funny concept, but I found it so strange.
So I don't. I so like this is the movie that everyone dogpiled, and I don't get it. Like I don't. This I feel like this is gonna be our biggest disagreement, but I don't dislike this movie.
I hated this movie.
It is far from a good movie. I should clarify. It has a lot of problems, but I've watched it like twice, and both times I had a lot of fun with it. So
I
I don't
hated
know.
the crude jokes. I do not like a lot of crude jokes. And although the Zeus is very accurate, I felt they did way too much of that.
You are not
You
invited to
are
the
to the
orgy.
orgy.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like. Look. To be fair, I went in just wanting a dumb fun comedy, and I got it. So I'm not gonna like pretend like I didn't want it to be some dramatic Thor epic. I just wanted to have fun, and I got
Its
it.
ending
So
though,
I'm
it
happy.
was a very it was a
I
sad
love
ending.
the
Really, the
ending.
ending was
The
so good
ending was
though.
really sweet. Like I like it. I might actually just convince myself to like it more. Like I don't know. Like
You should,
I don't.
but it's
I
sweet.
can't bring myself to not like this movie. It has problems galore. So many problems. A lot of jokes are not funny, but at the same time, I, I had fun. It was a satisfying sequel to Ragnarok, which is one of my favorites. So
Now
yeah,
Ragnarok
I
is
don't know.
fun.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
We
I
should
will
talk about the
say
other phases sometime.
genuine prom. Oh my goodness, my earbud died.
Oh
Can you still
no.
hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
A genuine problem with Gore. He was a good idea for a villain, but he like didn't exist and was honestly poorly written because he's supposed to be the bad guy, but making these godlike things be narcissistic jerks is making him right. When
I mean,
Gore is actually meant,
mm,
the whole point of Gore in the comics was to prove, like, I think there's a Taika Waititi did not understand the comics at all. Because not even me, a big, like, I wouldn't consider myself a big comic fan, but from
I
what
think
I
it
read
was
of, like,
that. I think it was Taika not having him enough time. I think that's what I can boil a
oh
lot of the
yeah,
problems of this
because
movie for.
there was also a lot of writing problems with Marvel going
Yeah,
on in
and like
general, so that could be it.
yeah, and like Taika's good at writing, so it doesn't
But
seem right.
he does have talent, so something is up.
Yeah, I think it was a rushed thing. Like I don't know, he's made a lot of really great movies. So I don't really see what like I don't know how like there are basic story problems that are easily avoided. It's weird. Um
Because there's
the worst
because
part of the
also
movie
like
was the goats.
yeah, oh my gosh, I raise goats. Like I have goats, I raise every year,
I
and
hate
trust me,
goats.
they do not scream that much.
I'm
Seriously,
so
they
tired
don't.
of goats. Can we never have a goat in a movie again? I'm so
Really,
done.
goats are actually very quiet. The goats I have are very quiet. I'm about to get more in like 2 days. It's gonna be
And
funny.
why do they like them? Like,
I
why are
think
Thor
Takia
and
said
Korg the whole movie like, oh yeah, these goats are great? It's like, shut up! No! I hate them! Kill the goats! I do like Korg,
um
but I think that's just because I like Korg.
Korg is fun. I love the rock joke. Seriously, oh my
Dude,
gosh.
his song about how rock guys make babies was so funny to me. It's like, "You're looking so hot, we're gonna" it's something like that. It was really funny. That made me laugh hard.
It's stupid, but
It's funny! It's
it's
fun, that's how
funny.
I feel about this movie, it's fun! I had a good time with it, so I can't, like, bring myself to rank it low, even though I did. You know what? I'm actually boosting it up. Screw it.
No, don't stop. No,
Boost
I don't like how Thor is an idiot in this as well, and
I don't
like
think he is.
showing.
No, no. You know what? He was smarter in this than he was in Endgame.
That's because
I
he
don't know
was
if that's a
fat.
hot take, but he was not. He was fine in this movie. I don't think he was that dumb. He had his moments, but overall, I feel like he was fine. If anything, Valkyrie was weirdly dumb. Like
Oh yeah,
yeah, I don't
Valkyrie
know.
was very dumb.
She felt a little out of character. Also, this is the only time I've ever like been invested in anything involving Jane. So, good
I
job.
have a whole spiel about Jane. That another show, like, yeah, I think someone was rushed. Because just like with
Yeah.
Gore, how like the Gore stories kind of to show that these gods are humans and that they're flawed, just like us. Jane's was sort of supposed to show how I'm like, yeah, Jane is dealing with cancer, and she gives up on science and hopes that like mythology will help her. But like that's not really
Right.
here, and instead they say something and then they do a paradox with it. Like, it's implied that Thor like when he said to Mjolnir, "Protect Jane forever," that like the entire reason Jane like Mjolnir came to Jane was to help her to keep her alive. But then no, it's actually killing her. Like I don't get. It's a paradox because it implies it's supposed to be helping her, and actually keeping like using the hammer is actually what's keeping her alive. In my opinion, is actually super smart idea. But it's because they needed to have her die in the
Interpretation.
end.
My interpretation was that it is a mirror to the Gore thing, where his whole thing is that hey, these gods are just whatever. They're kind of rude. They're not perfect. And I think that was kind of reflecting that because like even the hammer, which was supposed to protect her, has like a double deal where it's like no, it's actually not great. I don't know. It could have been
I
done
see what
better, but I think that's what they were going with. I
I see
think
what
that's what they were trying to
you
do.
get into with that, but I would say like
I
it
think it
doesn't
needed more
feel right
time.
to me.
It's
Something
kind of
with
like
it
Rise of
isn't right.
Skywalker, where I feel like a couple more drafts could have fixed this movie.
They made Rise of Skywalker so dang quickly. Like holy cow! I'm surprised they released it
Dude,
when they
have you? Oh my god. Okay, we'll talk about Star Wars another time. But I have
Rise
a
of
rant
Skywalker was a
and a
whole other
half
story.
ready for Rise of Skywalker. Okay, so that's Thor. I like it, but whatever. I know no one else does, so I'm okay with that. But I think everyone likes this one. Black Panther, Wakanda forever. Do. I watched it
I
finally.
hated it.
I watched it a
Hated it.
couple days ago.
Family hated it. I love it though. Made me
I
cry.
liked it. I liked it. So um I did miss T'Challa a lot. I like
I
that
feel
they
part
did
of my
the
love is it.
I liked that
But
they did the opening logos with him. That was nice. Um, with Chadwick, it's this movie's hard to talk about just because it's so sad. Like
yeah,
honestly, like
I honestly feel all my love for it, or like most of my love for that movie, is because like of respect for Chadwick. But
yeah,
really
they did
like
it so
because I
well.
rewatched
I,
it and
I
like
I was so worried that they weren't going to handle it well, but they nailed it. They did it so
yeah.
well. It was very respectful. I like that. I like that. I and this is like a smaller touch, but I like that T'Challa died in the same way Chadwick did,
Yeah.
because it's almost like Chadwick was Black Panther. It's nice. Like it's just like merging them. They were the same. They were.
And how the
It's just
entire
very
movie's about
very
grief
sweet.
like that was
It's good.
was
It's
really
good.
well done.
I like that Namor and Shuri's stories mirror each other, with him being sad about his mother and Shuri being sad about T'Challa. It's very smart. It's very good.
Hmm.
It's a very
Namor, great villain, great villain.
I think the underwater city was it was well shot, but I think it's a little silly. That's just me. Namor was great though. He was an
Yeah.
excellent villain.
So much of that city's culture was taken from ancient Mayan like stuff, though.
I did, yeah, I did know that going in, and it is cool. It's cool. It's fine. I don't know. I saw like blue people writing things, and I was like, oh god, it's Avatar.
It's Avatar.
It's Avatar. No.
We got two blue people movies back to back. That was weird.
Both involving water
Water.
and military.
Wakanda Forever is interesting to me. I'm probably gonna
Yeah,
rewatch it because it
I,
is fun.
yeah, I like the main plot. I like the main characters a lot. I liked
They improved
the
Ironheart so
girl. I
much.
forgot her name. Ironheart. Yeah, I liked her.
She
Um,
is so much better than
I
the
think
comics. Holy
I
cow!
feel like I feel like everyone's talked about this, but the worst part of the movie is Ross's subplot. Like what
The
even was
MCU loves
it?
using him. He's supposed to be in the next thing. He's supposed to be in Secret Invasion, like a key player in that. So like,
What? Like what? Okay, so first off, I forgot he wasn't British in this, and I watched all of Sherlock, and like it's like no, that's not how you sound. That's not how you talk. Stop. You're supposed to be British. Like his plot didn't tie into anything. Like it didn't even build up to. I thought that Val was her name. I thought she was going to be like a problem in the climax, and while
oh
the
yeah, it
Wakandans
meant
and the
literally nothing. Holy cow!
yeah, what was the point? Like I thought that it was going
Oh
to
my
build
gosh,
up to
I did
her.
not realize that.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I thought that it was going to lead up to her being like the secondary villain, and she was going to send in like a strike team to attack during the fight between the Wakandans and Namor's army. But like nothing happened, and then at the end, Okoye just like shows up and is like, "Nope, you suck. Let's go."
It,
It's like what?
it's supposed to just
What?
set up
What?
whatever they're doing next. And I
Yeah,
realized that was
it
probably something Marvel had them put in.
probably it is. It's so weird, and like it's obviously we shouldn't be spending this much time with the one white dude, but whatever.
Like, I
This
don't
is
care about that.
I
I
don't, but at the same time, it's like, I mean,
he had
come
no
on.
reason to be in the movie, so yeah, why was he there?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like nothing built up of it. It's just like we spent a lot of time away from the cultural stuff, which is like the main point of the
Hmm.
series. Little weird. Yeah, so that kind of sucked, but the rest was good. I like Namor's sad backstory. I liked
The music is
Namor in
so
general.
good.
Oh, the music! This one, yeah, the music
Ludwig Göransson,
slapped.
the goat.
So good. It was yeah, I don't know. I think it's very good, honestly. Yeah, it was a very good movie. I actually liked it, which I wasn't expecting. Haha. Very good. It has a lot of stuff that I really love, and like the worst stuff in this movie is like it's fine. I
Hmm.
do wish they used M'Baku more though.
Yeah, M'Baku was so much
M'Baku.
fun. I like how he's a comic relief character, but it's not that he's stupid. He's just good comic
He's
relief.
funny. He's just funny. He just tells actually good jokes. I like him. Yeah, I wish they used him a little more. Oh, the best scene was Shuri and Killmonger.
Oh yeah, that scene made me go ooh.
That made me gasp because they built it up so well because you see the back of the chair and she says like "Mom," I was like oh, and then it's Killmonger.
Michael
I
B.
was like
Jordan.
holy crap, there he is,
Michael B. Jordan jump scare.
so good. Killmonger's one of the best MCU villains,
Really, he's so
so
good. They need to
he's
stop
better
killing off
than
the good villains.
yeah right. I saw like a point where it was like since that was the best scene in the movie, it kind of shows how much more compelling the plot of the first one is, but like I don't entirely agree. I might actually like this one a little more.
Oh yeah, I don't. I thought the first
It
one was
definitely
just
looks
good.
it definitely looks a lot better. Like visually it's really good. And the first one had like weird problems, like the weird CGI rubber cat suits at the end when
Yeah.
Killmonger and T'Challa fight. So I think I did like this one a little more, honestly. Though they're pretty close. Okay, we
Great
got one more
movie.
movie to talk about. We got one more. Yeah,
No.
Wakanda Forever is good. All right, it's time. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
The one joke, there's one joke in the movie that made me absolutely hate it. I'm going to be honest. I think of that joke a ton as like one of the leading factors why I hate it.
And that would be?
It's the one where like they just like the what's his name? Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray. Like after they interact with him, like they steal his ship. Uh, Hank was like, "Really, that guy? Really?" He's like, "I had needs." I find those like, and like Hank goes, "Oh, I had one as well." And like, I hate types of
Yeah,
jokes because I feel
yeah.
joking about cheating like that is not good because that's just kind of promoting it, in my
Well,
opinion, as or
I so
softening it as saying it's not as bad as it actually is, and I hate that.
I kind of agree,
Political views
but
here.
I agree, but it did lead to the how was she? Not as good as you, baby, and that was sweet. So it kind of saved
Yeah,
it at the end for me.
that one little thing made it just slightly better because at least he kind of cared, but still, that I don't like those types of
That was
jokes. They bother
yeah,
me.
I do as well. But I also like that even Hope was like, "Shut up!
Shut up, please.
We're talking about this now." So I feel like I mean I made a review on it where it was very positive. So I guess I should
Yeah,
just
you
say
know I don't.
I really like I honestly really liked Quantumania.
Can we mention
I
that
think
Hank and Janet are like the like worst like couple when it comes to communication? Holy cow! Really not
honestly,
mentioning. Oh
honestly.
yeah, like
No, in fact,
kind
I
of our
think
like
Janet my biggest
adopted
problem.
granddaughter is making a satellite to the place you're trapped in forever. That would be cool. Maybe you can come help her. Like you could have just said that.
Yeah, and like Janet is probably the worst part of the movie from a writing perspective, just because like she could have just told them about Kang and everything would have been fine.
Just, oh yeah, there's just like this multi-dimensional conqueror down there.
Yeah,
Let's
just so
just
you know, there's an evil conqueror down there who like almost killed me. So you know, probably not great to send a satellite down there. But like she doesn't, so it's kind of her
and
fault that Kang almost took over the universe.
not to mention there's so many stupid like little plot holes in that film. Like how in the world did Janet have the shrink slash grow discs with her when she was trapped in the quantum realm when those could have gotten her out, as they did in the
I
first
don't
movie, but
know.
they also didn't exist until the first movie. And the entire plot of the movies and like kind of based around those things existing with her when they shouldn't have. Like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that is horrible writing.
yeah, yeah.
Because they
Maybe she
could have just
invented them down
escaped.
there. I don't know.
They could have just
Yeah,
escaped.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But at the same time, there's a lot I really like about this movie. So now I want to talk about that. Scott is the
Modoc.
best dad in the MCU.
Oh, yeah. Paul Rudd. Ooh, he's so cool.
He is. Scott
I wish I could
is
be Paul Rudd.
Scott is so likable. He's such a good dad, and I think he's like the best example of like a comedic protagonist in the MCU. Cuz like he still takes things seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And like most of the comedy comes from like him just kind of being a little bit of a dope. I really like him. Like he's so likable every time he pops up. And he's such a good dad. Everything he does is motivated by protecting Cassie, and it's so sweet. Also, I like that Cassie had to like. I like that they took their time with like her getting better at using the Ant-Man suit as it went on.
Yeah, that was sweet. I love the family
I like
lineage
that he had
thing.
to teach her. I'm glad she wasn't just like because like I feel like what I was expecting was that she'd just be like instantly really good. I'm glad she
Ooh,
wasn't. Okay. We'll talk about that. Huh.
no, it's just a 15-second little snippet.
Oh, okay. Let me look real quick.
Just
The
saying we get
Spider
another
Verse.
trip. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we
Oh
get so
snap!
many movie trailers the next few days.
Ooh, 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 ooh! Spider
I mean,
Verse.
like
Oh,
we
this is gonna be the best modern Marvel movie, by the way.
yeah we get a trailer for Secret Invasion tonight. We get a
What?
trailer for Blue. Yeah, they randomly shadow dropped a poster saying, "Oh, trailer tonight at ESPN for the next Marvel show."
Oh
Releases in
shoot!
June now. It was supposed to release in February. They pushed it back to June. That's something I'll mention. They are spreading these shows out more,
I appreciate
but
that.
also, um, Like we get like a Spider-Verse trailer. Barbie is supposed to have another trailer, from what it sounds like.
Huh. A
Blue
lot of
Beetle,
trailers.
yeah,
I'm
Blue
actually
Beetle. Like
excited
the
about
next,
Blue Beetle.
I'm gonna be
Like
honest.
random.
If it looks fun, I'll go see it. But really, I don't really think it'll do well at all. I feel DC is absolutely flunking, and they're gonna continue to flunk.
Until James Gunn can start like doing something new,
Yeah, until like
which
he has to do something that's
I'm excited
unique.
for. I'm really
Um,
excited for his Superman movie. I'm pretty interested in that, just
I
because I
think
think
that'll
he's a
be a
good
great
writer.
film. I think that'll be a
I do too.
great film.
It
But we
seems like he's
also,
really passionate about it.
yeah, I think we also get a Guardians trailer tomorrow as well because tickets go on sale
Oh
for
no!
tomorrow for
Oh
Guardians
no!
3.
Oh no!
And they're gonna
Oh
have to
no!
show another trailer.
Oh
Like a ticket's
no!
on sale now. It'll probably be like
Oh
a quick
crap!
minute trailer, but still.
It better be. I
What?
don't want it. I don't want to see too much.
Well, here's the thing. Like it's I the way they're marketing Guardians 3 is a similar way to how they marketed Doctor Strange 2. And Doctor Strange 2 just had a simple minute long trailer. Very good trailer,
Okay,
by the way. Saying
I hope
tickets
they
on
do
sale
that.
now. I think that's a
I
win
hope they
because they
do
don't
that
need
then.
another trailer.
No, I don't want.
We're
I don't want
almost a
them to show
month
too much
out.
of Guardians 3.
We're almost a
Oh,
month out from Guardians
I'm not.
3.
I'm not ready for it to end.
I'm
I,
gonna miss those
I,
guys.
yeah. I have a Guardians video planned that I'm hopefully gonna do before the movie comes out, and then I can do the review right after. Anyway, so back
Oh
to
my
Ant
gosh.
Man.
So
Uh,
because I remember something with
oh, what?
Wakanda Forever. One of the most
Oh yeah.
iconic Twitter posts I've ever seen was someone going like, "Oh, yay!" Like Namor, like it's being Mayan culture and that stuff, and someone quoted it saying, "You Mexicans won this time." And someone,
Oh
because with the
no.
new trailer announcement, I saw a post saying, "Gonna see more of Miguel, Spider-Man 2099, and the first Blue Beetle teaser on the same day. Super hyped." And someone quoted saying, "You Mexicans really won this time." It's like an inside joke.
Oh my god. That's
You
great.
Mexicans really
Oh,
won this time.
I'm really excited. Oh, Miguel. I can't wait to see more Miguel O'Hara.
Oscar Isaac,
Your crush.
not Mike Rush, but like Oscar
But
Isaac.
like close. He is Moon Knight and Poe Dameron from Star Wars, so
He is
um
he is what we call the man crush. It's where a boy
yeah.
looks at another boy and goes, "Dang, that man is handsome." That not what no not another way, just that. I told you the story. Oh yeah, I did. I was sitting with a
Keep
bunch of
telling
like
yourself that.
friends of mine who are girls, and one of them's like, "Oh, I'm gonna like play a smash or pass quiz." You should not do that during psychology, by the way. It was hilarious. And I sat next to her, like going through this like pass, 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 and I was like gonna make a joke, like, "Oh yeah, it's because I'm a virtuous person." And no, Oscar Isaac showed up. I had to. I had
Oh
to.
no.
I had to.
It's okay.
It was
Uh
hilarious. So,
okay,
it,
let's wrap up Ant-Man and then we can briefly talk about the future stuff.
mm-hmm.
The thing is okay, Ant-Man, Modoc. Modoc,
Modoc was funny,
Modoc.
and he
I
had
don't
some
get the
great.
hate
He
for
had some
Modoc.
moments. He had some
I
great moments.
can't tell if I
That
actually liked him or not, but Modoc was my favorite part of the movie.
great moments that felt exactly like comic book Modoc, but not a whole lot of them.
Yeah, dude, the freaking "don't be a dick" speech is maybe the funniest thing in all of oh, it's not Phase 4 anymore. All of modern Marvel. That is the
I
funniest
think
joke they've told recently. That made me laugh
I
so hard.
just don't
Just don't stop it, man. He's like, but
motivational
I can't
music
stop it.
ensues.
Uh,
Look at me.
so good.
I'm such a
I love that he sacrificed himself too. Like it
my
actually
name
worked. That's
is
so funny. My name is Darren. So funny.
I
I'm not a dick. Made me laugh. Um,
oh
I
the
loved Kang
ants thing
too.
was
I feel
hilarious.
like everyone liked Kang, but I liked Kang. He was very good.
Honestly, I felt
Very
he was
good.
lame because he threatened Scott with things he couldn't actually do. And it would have been crazy if he actually could do that because that would have made him terrifying.
I still thought he
Like,
was really intimidating. Great performance. I sure hope nothing happened with the actor. That would be a shame. But
oh
anyway,
my
yeah, Kang had
gosh,
a
it's
great,
crazy.
great performance. Very intimidating. Great design. They nailed it. Really liked him.
I just
I
feel it
think
would have
he's a
been
good.
more
I almost
like imagine
preferred.
he
I honestly kind of prefer him to Thanos, like as a main villain.
see what happens with him.
Yeah, yeah, you have to wait and see, because like the post-credit scene of that movie with the council is a little bit like, we'll wait and
Man,
see.
Ramatut, man, they better not make Moon Knight fight Ramatut. I will legit murder Kevin Feige alive if he does that.
That I now hope they do, just so I can hear you rant.
No, here's
You
Ramatut
see
is not
Moon
a
Knight
Moon
be
Knight
like,
villain.
"Oh, this guy
He's
kind
a
of
mentor.
looks like King Tut. I'ma kick his ass," and he runs at him. Anyway.
I love Moon Knight. I hope we get. I hope they officially reveal season 2 ASAP. I need that. I need that now. Please, please, please.
It's gonna be a crossover with Hawkeye and Ironheart and
I, I'm
MODOK.
I'm worried for okay. Modoc's a W. I'm worried for Ironheart. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know how I feel about it.
I liked her, but that's about it. I liked her in
They can just
Wakanda.
they can take her in so many wrong directions.
They can.
And
They really
I
can.
know Ryan Coogler did a good job because he's great. Like I don't from what I saw of the like list of like people working on this, I don't think I trust them. Because Ironheart's a
I don't
very
know who is
specific
it.
thing. Let me check again. Like I forgot who they were, but like I did not like their track record. Moon Knight, Avengers of Moon Knight. I should buy that. Sorry, that was like my most recent search. A Moon Knight comic. Ironheart show writer
Me with
and
Over the
director.
Garden Wall comics.
Um, Chineka Hodge. I
Who?
probably butchered her name.
I was like, I was just like the guy
Chineka
from Guardians
Hodge.
of the Galaxy. Who?
Who? Chineka
It's
Hodge.
Shanika Hodge, man. Come on. Legendary director?
No, she's a writer. With 4 writing
Legendary writer?
credits. No, 5 writing credits.
What she worked on?
Piercer, she did 10 episodes. Um, that was and the Midnight Club. Those are the ones she only writ. She was executive story writers on things before that.
Okay. All right, I guess we should talk about future projects now, since we're already kind of doing that.
Guardians
Guardians
3
3! Guardians
cinema.
3!
It's gonna be the best thing ever.
uh, yeah, the Guardians, man. I love the Guardians, okay? They're my favorite.
Mhm.
Like, they're easily my favorite superhero movies, and they are like some of my favorite movies just ever. So, I
Really, I did not notice
really.
this thoroughly. This film will show really if people in general are tired of superhero movies or if they're just getting tired of ones that aren't as good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah. I'm
Because
worried
here's the
people
thing,
are gonna like go in
this is
with the negative like mindset, and when it's inevitably really funny, they're gonna be like, "Ah, jokes ruining the MCU again." And it's like, shut up, shut up.
general audiences love the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like
Yeah,
you got to think
it's
about
true.
it for a second, but they do. Like they're
Yeah, no,
exciting
Guardians
through
of the
family
Galaxy
dynamics.
freaking nailed it.
I mean, they have 2 rides at Disney parks now, and they're both
Yeah,
like the best rides on the planet. Holy cow, they are so
two.
much fun.
They have two of them. I need
Yeah.
to. I'm really excited to ride them. We're talking. We're going to Universal later. This month actually. Holy crap, that's like soon. Anyway,
Nintendo.
so and we've been talking about maybe we'll go to Epcot, and if we do, I really am excited to ride Guardians.
Really, it's such a fun ride, and it's full of so many classic Epcot references as well.
It looks really
Which was
good. It looks really good.
the music is
Okay,
great.
but going off of Guardians, because I feel like we're just gonna do a whole podcast episode about Guardians when it comes out.
That's gonna be great,
Let's talk
especially if you're
about one
Mario.
we're not doing. The Marvels, which is a movie I don't care about.
Oh yeah,
I have no anticipation in the slightest. I haven't even been following news. I just don't care. I don't like the first Captain Marvel,
Just to let
and
you know
this
some of the things
sure
that have been
is more
happening
of
with it.
that. Sure, yeah. Let's hear.
Apparently they delayed it because not to spread the movies out, but because Bob Iger wanted them to change things about it because it apparently wasn't good, like at all. They're reshooting
Okay.
scenes. They're cutting huge portions of the movie. Like there was going to be an entire musical like portion of the movie, like a musical Alien Planet or something. And it sounds
Uh-huh.
like they want to cut that. And thank goodness, because also they were going to involve the multiverse in some way or something nearing the end. And I'm not going to watch that. Like, I'm so
Right.
sorry. But, like, I am not. The first Captain Marvel was okay. I don't care for Monica Rambeau. I don't care for Captain Marvel. And Miss Marvel, the show kind of turned me off from her character. I loved her character in Marvel's Avengers.
uh yeah, it's another one I'm skipping. I probably just won't watch that movie, honestly. Like I just don't have any interest. I feel like I wouldn't even watch it for the podcast because I feel like I'd have nothing to say. You know?
Like,
These
there's
aren't characters I remotely
not
care
even much
about.
to talk about with it either. Yeah, some the things Marvel's been doing to change things though, because we should probably wrap on that. Is
Yeah.
they
They
are
fired a
spreading out.
VFX person. They fired like
Yeah,
the
who
person in charge of effects, which is probably a good thing.
they also have been spreading out the shows. Like I said, Secret Invasion was supposed to release 2 months ago. They delayed it to
Yeah.
June 21st, so they can
All
spend more
right.
time in post production. And same thing with
Good.
the movies. They're spreading things out, but they also want to work on quality because they've been rushing
That's
the
good.
screenplays out.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
tell. Thor. That was my thing. That's what I said about Thor. That's what happens.
Quantum Mania's like screenplay, from what it sounds like, though, like Jeff Loverstein, the writer, who's actually a super cool dude. He's gone out and talked with many fans just on Twitter, just playing out, just openly talking about it. And he's the first Hollywood writer I've ever seen admit that he felt he could have done a better job.
That's
And
great. That's a good start.
he asked people like, I really, what things could you recommend to me? And this because he's actually a comic book writer, and
Oh,
Quantumania he was hired to write Quantumania as a movie, and the one draft he made, like the one screenplay he made is the one they used because they gave him like
right.
2 months, and that probably explains why
Yeah,
so much of it was because I've studied like how you write a comic book, stuff like this.
it's crunch time.
Really, I feel he
Right.
wrote
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
for
It
like the
feels
first half. It
very
was
comic
very
booky.
comic.
It feels
Um,
very comics. Yeah. It feels like a comic turned into a movie,
Specifically in
which
the
like
pacing,
yeah. 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 Exactly. That's how I feel. That was like I forgot to mention it, but I think like it does have like kind of a slow start.
but also
Like
it
it takes
jumps
a
around
long
so
time.
much.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get to Kang too.
Just the way how you convey certain things about characters is different from comic books to movies. And I feel a lot of the stuff with some of these characters was very much stuff like how a comic book writer would write it, because that's how they're used to writing it. And I really hope he's learned more about writing movies and just solely from the conversations people have had with him. I tried to see if I could talk to him myself. I would have loved to because he sounds like such a fun comic fan.
We should get him as a guest on the pod.
Really, I think he'd be so he's I wish him the best. And I just hope that Marvel gives him more time for writing. And I think they did. Because the standard movie like screenplay time they give for them to write is 2 to 3 months. And he said he was
Yeesh.
writing the film back before Quantumania even released. And just like I think like 2 days ago, he said he was still working on it. So I think they're giving him more time as well. Because that's what they're doing in general. Um,
That's good.
Blade Blade screenplay was scrapped. Fantastic Four screenplay was scrapped. There was a third one I
Okay,
keep
that's a
forgetting.
good thing because Fantastic Four needs a good screenplay after like they have not had a good
Thunderbolts.
movie ever.
Fantastic Four is being written by someone completely new.
Okay.
Thunderbolts is being rewritten as well. And yeah, Blade.
Okay,
But Blade was partially
I
because
see a ton of hate for Thunderbolts. I'm honestly like that's one of the ones I'm more interested in. Like because it has
I
a cool cast.
I think it'll be interesting because all those characters are all tied together because they were used by higher like government powers. And
Yeah,
that's what this film
Hydra
will probably
and
be
like
about.
Dreykov. Ghost. Yeah, it's cool stuff.
If
Yeah,
they
that's a
do
great.
that right.
That is a great setup. That's a good idea.
Meanwhile, they're
Also,
filming
more
Captain
Ghost.
America 4.
I like Ghost.
Oh, yeah,
I
Ghost
forgot
wasn't
about
even
Captain
mentioned
America
in
4.
Quantumania. Yeah, they're filming it right now, and it's almost entirely Hulk characters right now. I kid you not.
What? Sorry.
Um, Red Hulk's the main
Oh,
villain
Hulks.
alongside the leader. Yeah, the
Oh
leader.
shoot.
She-Hulk's gonna be in it.
Oh
Originally,
shoot.
it sounded like they tried to have Moon Knight appear in it because they wanted to talk about Israeli versus Palestine or something like that. And Oscar Isaac was like, "What the? I'm not doing this type of cameo. Stop it."
Moon Knight hooks up with She-Hulk.
I need to send you one of the funniest comic book things ever. It's
Ugh.
She-Hulk's entering, well, like a comic one. She-Hulk's entering like a room, and like it's just full of superheroes, and it's like, "Is that Moon Knight?" And it's like, "It's a lawyer." It was edited. It was supposed to say something else, but like it's so funny. Like there's a dude I follow on Twitter who just rewords so many like comic panels.
Right. Yeah, I always love those memes. That's great. Um, what else are they doing?
Um, More post production time, so VFX artists don't die.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Please.
And like
We
they just
don't
want to
need
spread things
4
out.
movies a year, okay? We can spread them out.
Really, I feel these shows will be more successful when they're like they have their own time to shine. I feel Secret Invasion as well. I have a feeling if they do this right, this could very well be a big hit series. Because think about it.
It has
It's
all
a
the pieces.
mystery. It has a bunch of side characters from across Marvel. You don't necessarily need to know, but if you know that they're involved with the government process of the MCU, and we're dealing with this secret invasion of shape shifting creatures, and you don't know who is one, who is not, and who's trying to invade like government. Like that can be crazy. They can have so many plot twists. I mean, the it sounds like I think the dude from
And they all
the
have to
government
be in 7 episodes.
the government dude from WandaVision, who was like the bad guy there, he's in it. The Ross guy,
Uh,
they like they
Hayward?
see it.
Oh, is
Weird.
oh, Rot. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you meant Harrison Ford.
And like
Isn't that
Samuel
guy
L.
named General
Jackson.
Ross too?
I don't think it's Ross. I just know it's the guy who like Twitter thought would turn out to be Ultron or something.
What?
Oh, and by the way, there's no way Ultron isn't coming back.
They better bring him back at some point. He's like
I
the
think there's
best Marvel villain.
there's a dude that's saying that like they want to bring him back because he can really they can use him to sort of soft reboot some things that they've hated about it, like with the MCU. I don't know
Yeah,
how, but they say they want to use him with that, mainly with like the whole technology thing, because an Ultron virus could reset a lot of the technology.
that'd be cool. That'd be
And
cool.
plus, I just
I
want
want.
Ultron.
I
Man, he needed more than one movie.
Yeah, I agree. Ultron is my favorite Marvel villain. I mean, he's basically tied with Kingpin, but uh, it's just yeah, I want more. Yeah, Age of Ultron. It's not a great movie. I just want more. I just want more Ultron. Okay, okay. That is the moral of the story.
And these shows, like really, I think the Secret Invasion show could do wonders for Marvel
Also,
because it.
if we're going to time, it would be interesting to see Taika Waititi get hired on a 5th Thor movie and seeing
I
the
don't think
difference
it'll
in
happen.
writing. But like, okay, but if they did, and we could compare the difference in writing between Love and Thunder, which is like prime writers were rushed, versus Thor 5, which will be a new era where things are given more time in the oven. It'd be interesting to compare them and see if 5 would be like better. You know,
Yeah, I think it would. He needs
it'd be
more
an
time.
interesting experiment. Because I think all the people who
Yeah,
call Taika a hack are ignoring his entire filmography.
I think he has a great filmography. I just think he's working on too many projects all at once.
He's
I
working
mean,
on a lot
like
of stuff.
be like, yeah, not given enough time.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah, and honestly, I just I think they're gonna be done with Thor. I feel they're done with him. Partially because like what more can you do
I
with him?
I do
And
want to
B,
see him
because
go
Chris
on an
Hemsworth is
adventure.
done.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, seriously,
yeah.
dude is
They might.
flat out just left acting.
No, yeah, no, yeah. He like got injured or something, right?
No, that's Jeremy Renner. Chris Hemsworth, like it's discovered that like it sounds like he's developing Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Okay.
They discovered a
That's
massive genetic factor, and like, yeah, it's like it develops, and he wants to spend more time with his family. I think he'll still do a job from time to time, but I think he like because he was clearly tired of Thor after Thor 4 as well. I think he's just
mhm.
gonna do projects every now and then that sound fun, but I really don't think he'll be a big Hollywood actor anymore. And I respect that,
That's really
seriously.
sad.
His
I do
family is
respect
what
it, but it
matters
is
to him most.
sad. He is a good guy. So yeah.
Meanwhile, Jeremy
I
Renner got run over
I
by a
oh
snowplow.
yeah, good lord. I that wasn't like a funny laugh. That was a nervous laugh. Like oh God. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was an interesting
Well, at
story.
least we still have Kang the Conqueror, right? Right?
Depending on how the court case goes.
uh, okay, but
But here's
they could recast him with. Hold on, what's his name? I know his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. If they had to fire him, recast him with Giancarlo Esposito, Moff Gideon, Gus
Moff
Fring,
Gideon,
that guy.
Gus
He
Fring.
would he would be really good. He already plays like two of the scariest villains ever. Like, just do
Very
that.
intimidating.
He has such a good evil energy. He would be great.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens here.
It's very
Because you
interesting.
remember,
Like, by the way, how big a blow is that? Like, oh, by the way, on top of a lot of people hating you, you just lost your main villain. Like, oof, that's rough.
because it'll be interesting because like Jonathan Majors, he's about to go to court, and there's so many conflicting reports giving evidence supporting both sides. I'm just gonna sit and wait to see what the court says.
Jonathan vanishes from media for like 5 months, only to return making an original series with Justin Roiland.
I think, oh my gosh, it's so
Did you?
funny.
Okay,
Justin
this is
Ryan,
off topic. Did you see Justin Roiland's like return tweet or whatever?
yeah, and it's so funny. He didn't
Oh
say
my
he was
god,
proven
it's
not. He didn't say he was proven innocent. He just said it's done. He it didn't say he was innocent, meaning he did it. It's real.
He's like, yeah, someone like Ripley, like, oh, time for his right wing grifter arc. Is like, yep, hmm yep.
Yeah, because here's the thing: Ezra Miller did way worse stuff than
Oh,
Jonathan Majors, and Ezra Miller still is going to be in the DCEU
Justin Roiland's kind of on the same level, but anyway,
because
I
like
I
Disney.
sincerely hope Ezra Miller is removed by the end of the Flash movie. Just kill
I
him off.
think that's what
Honestly, I don't.
they're going to do with them. I
They
think that's what they're going
better.
to do with Ezra because I don't know. Ezra's apparently like what was happening is very scary, but they still
hmm
committed very bad things and need to be held responsible.
Yeah, yeah. I
And plus, Ezra
agree.
Miller's not a good actor, anyways. They don't need to be the next
Really, they're
Flash. In my
really
opinion,
not.
they were. I don't like them as the Flash. I don't
No.
feel the Flash
The
energy.
only thing I liked them as was Credence in Fantastic Beasts. But like that was a character who like was very like unemotive, you know?
Yeah,
By the way, I don't
that's
know
kind
if
of
you
what
saw
Ezra
Secrets of
is.
Dumbledore, but they kind of killed him off at the end. Like
Yeah,
they didn't exactly kill him off, but like he's dying and the last you see of Credence is like Aberforth like carrying him off. It's pretty funny. It's like, "Oh, we're going to open the next movie with his funeral, aren't we?"
that's if they do a fourth. I don't think they're going to do another Fantastic Beast.
It looks like they're scrapped. The Secrets of
Yeah,
Dumbledore did not do well, even though I quite liked it. Um, it was a lot better than Crimes of Grindelwald, so it is a shame.
yeah.
At least it ended on like a somewhat high point, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I was just say something else.
It's
I
better
feel
than
what's
Love
going
and
on with
Thunder.
Ezra. I feel what they're doing with Ezra Miller is though I think that they're just waiting because really they're resetting the entire cast, but they're not announcing who's returning probably until their films that they're in are done. I mean, like, seriously, it'll probably be like a few more weeks until like after Shazam 2 like runs its full course before they'll announce that yeah, Zachary Levi is going to be gone. Because saying, oh, this actor in this upcoming movie, Shazam, yeah, it doesn't matter anything. Don't go watch it.
I kind of give I kind of give James Gunn credit for not firing Zachary Levi immediately.
Yeah.
I like because I can respect like the I don't care what he thinks. I don't have to agree with him.
Hmm.
If he does his job well. But like then we get to Ezra Miller and it's like no get get them out of
Yeah, I
here.
think they're waiting. I think they're waiting for Flash to release because that's also
I
supposed
think
to be
yeah
like
I just think they were
restart.
already almost done with it when it all happened. So
The thing is, like that
I
movie,
almost
it's
think they
crazy.
pushed it back.
I remember
Yeah.
getting like
We'll
seeing
talk
the
DC
first
another
episode of.
time because the like the slate is interesting for what they're cooking up. But
I
I
personally
think
don't care for it, but it'll be interesting.
oh god, we've been recording for like nearly
Like 90
2 hours.
minutes. Oh my
Holy
gosh,
crap. This is a good pod.
rattlestick.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, we should probably be wrapping it up. How do we do this?
I guess I could give like an awesome outro line.
True, do that.
All right. SpaghettiOs are not that good.
This has been
The
the
fish tank.
fish tank.
I'm starting